After years of attempting to maintain their neutrality, the planet of Cato Neimoidia has fallen under the sights of both the Confederacy of Independent Systems and the Galactic Republic. Following the collapse of a deal between the Banking Clan and the Trade Federation, Republic forces annexed the world of Cato Neimoidia, occupying it with a garrison of Republic troops. Using the presence of Republic troops as a justification, the Separatists began preparing their own strike, assembling a large invasion force in nearby systems in an effort to take the world, which served as the headquarters of the Trade Federation, making the planet a strategic asset for either side. The objectives of Republic forces defending Cato Neimoidia would simply be to repel the Separatist attack and hold off Separatist forces long enough for Republic reinforcements to arrive. On the opposite side, the Separatists sought to drive the Republic garrison forces off the planet and seize the strategic world for the CIS. The invasion started with the arrival of a large Separatist invasion fleet led by a single Providence-class dreadnought, which was supported by 6 Munificent-class star frigates. This fleet broke off into 2 elements, with a larger element advancing towards the surface of the planet to provide close support for a ground invasion, while a pair of Munificent-class star frigates remained in orbit to hold off any Republic counterattack. The small clone trooper garrison stationed on the planet quickly found themselves overwhelmed by a large number of battle droids quickly being deployed to the surface via a number of C-9979 landing craft. Shortly after the invasion force arrived, Republic forces on the planet had called for help, and Republic reinforcements in the area were quickly underway. The assault force that arrived first was led by Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano, and consisted of 3 Venator-class Star Destroyers and a single Consular-class cruiser. This Republic force jumped into system right outside of the flimsy Separatist blockade, and quickly began attempting to punch a hole through the small force of Munificent-class star frigates left in orbit. With this hole quickly punched by the turbolasers of the advancing Venator-class Star Destroyers, a ground assault force was launched from orbit. This consisted of 6 LAAT gunships, supported by a number of strike fighters, most notably Z-95 Headhunters, and a pair of ETA-2 Actis-class light interceptors, piloted by Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. These forces quickly began making their way towards the surface of the planet. Seeing the inbound light strike force, the Separatists deployed a number of strike fighters of their own, at this point mainly Vulture droids, to attempt to intercept the incoming Republic landing force. And while these Vulture droids were partially successful, they were ultimately defeated, and the gap remained open for the LAATs to proceed towards the surface. However, when Republic forces approached the cities of Cato Neimoidia, they found large Separatist warships hovering in the skies overhead. These warships quickly deployed their own flights of starfighters, mostly droid tri-fighters, supported by Vulture droids. These droid tri-fighters quickly engaged the Republic interceptors and were far more effective than the Vulture droids had been in orbit, with many of the Republic starfighters falling victim to laser fire from the head-on engagement with the tri-fighters. In this engagement, the Separatists deployed a relatively new battlefield weapon, one that had only been seen on smaller scales before, the Buzz droid. These small droids, delivered via short-range missiles in large swarms, were able to sabotage Republic starfighters and ultimately deconstruct the enemy starfighters during the battle. These Buzz droids ultimately would knock out the last 2 ETA-class interceptors piloted by the Jedi pilots and force them to crash land on nearby mountains. However, it's around this time that a blessing came for the Separatist defenders. A terrorist attack had struck Coruscant, specifically the Jedi Temple. This rare attack was a shock to the Jedi and forced the withdrawal of many Jedi back to the temple to investigate the bombing. This included the immediate withdrawal of Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano from the ongoing engagement on Cato Neimoidia. Shortly after their withdrawal, the 501st, who were making their way down to the surface of the planet, were also withdrawn back to Coruscant to provide security for the ongoing investigation. The end result was that the Republic relief fleet that had been sent to Cato Neimoidia to relieve the embattled defensive forces would ultimately withdraw from the system. So, while the battle itself was on course to be a Republic victory, with the Republic able to deploy a larger number of troops to the surface of the planet and possibly repel the Separatist invasion, it ultimately ended in a Separatist victory as the Republic relief force withdrew from the battle space. The end result of this was that Cato Neimoidia would fall under Separatist control and remain under Separatist control until the final weeks of the war. The significance of Cato Neimoidia for both factions centers around what was headquartered there, which was the Trade Federation, a major corporation that played a role in the Separatist alliance. If you'd like to learn more about the Trade Federation and their role in the Clone Wars, I'll leave a link in the upper right-hand corner to my video on that. And if you have any other battles you'd like to see covered in future episodes of Battle Analysis and added to the archive, you can let me know down below in the comments. Last but not least, if you enjoyed this video, head down below, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. So for Sci-Fi Deep Dive, I'm Colin, and I will see you next time.